Gildan Media presents Your Coach in a Box. Affordable, mind-enriching programs.
The Third Screen, The Ultimate Guide to Mobile Marketing, by Chuck Martin. Narrated by John Chancer. Introduction. About this new edition. Welcome to the new edition of The Third Screen. We have updated much of the data in this edition, especially the numbers around mobile, which continue to grow by every measurement. While the numbers and some of the companies have changed over time, the concepts presented here and in the original edition have remained constant. Some companies still are just waking up to the scope of the mobile revolution as their customers' behaviors turn traditional business models on their head. Since the start of the third screen, technology has advanced with higher connection and transmission speeds, and better, faster, and more sophisticated smartphones. More and more consumers are using their phones constantly as mobile and everyday life become totally intertwined. Businesses still are grappling with how to identify the most effective ways to leverage mobile while still focusing on their traditional businesses. We hope the updated information presented here will help clarify some of the approaches and frameworks to help you become a more integral part of the mobile revolution. Mobile is game-changing. We're in the midst of a technological revolution bigger than the ones spawned by television or the personal computer, and businesses face a challenging question. How do we, as marketers, harness mobile technology to serve our customers most effectively? The new market is mobile, and it's changing everything. Since the first edition of The Third Screen, evolving technology has brought higher connection and transmission speeds, and better, faster, and more sophisticated smartphones. We have updated much of the data in this edition, especially the numbers around mobile, which continue to grow by every measurement. While the numbers and some of the companies have changed over time, the concepts presented here and in the original hardcover edition have remained constant. Some businesses still are just waking up to the scope of the mobile revolution as their customers' behaviors turn traditional business models on their head. Since the start of the third screen, technology has advanced with higher connection and transmission speeds, and better, faster, and more sophisticated smartphones. More and more consumers are using their phones constantly as mobile and everyday life become totally intertwined. New phones like Samsung's Galaxy S5 and Apple's iPhone 6 continue to entice more smartphone ownership and usage. Meanwhile, businesses still are grappling with how to identify the most effective ways to leverage mobile while still focusing on their traditional businesses. No longer will the customer be tethered to a television or computer screen, perfectly positioned to receive a message on the marketer's terms. The mobile consumer is on the move, and marketers will have to learn how and where their customers aggregate in this new digital landscape, as well as how to interact with them effectively. Mobile marketing represents a qualitative change from past marketing methods. The relationship of the consumer to the device is not the passive lean back of TV or the more active lean forward of the PC, but rather the fully interactive pull it forward of mobile. It's up close, it's personal, and it's always on. The first screen, television, revolutionized the way marketers reached consumers, allowing a company to touch millions with well-crafted and tested messages that the company controlled. Families watched the same programming, and all were exposed to the same commercial messages. The first screen allowed one-way communication from one company to many customers. This one-to-many broadcast model allowed companies like Procter & Gamble and General Motors to reach millions of consumers simultaneously with well-developed messages. The marketer was in the driver's seat. The second screen, the personal computer, fostered interactivity. It allowed companies to communicate with and sell directly to their customers, easily gaining customer feedback and even permitting customers to provide input on the development of products or services. The model moved from mass marketing to participatory marketing, where consumers could tap into extensive online networks of information about a company's products and services. These screen revolutions created new consumer behaviors and modified old ones. Catchy television commercials became part of popular culture. Customers found themselves singing jingles and recalling memorable and sometimes funny taglines. The advent of web marketing led consumers to become more interactive, and they got used to communicating more directly with the brands they liked or were considering buying. The third screen, the smartphone, enables customers to communicate directly with each other more easily, and to share information and opinions not only in real time, but also as they move from location to location. The challenge and opportunity for businesses is to become part of those conversations and to add value to them. The third screen revolution has been a long time in the making and is driven by two significant forces. One is technological, and the other is behavioral. And this edition details both, and shows how forward-thinking companies are capitalizing on this profound mobile transformation. The first two revolutions pale when compared with this third screen revolution. Smartphones, in which PC-type capabilities converge with mobile technology, are revolutionizing the way people behave, interact, consume, and live. Much of the technology for this revolution, in development for years, is here now, and is already driving dramatic changes in consumer behavior. While some mobile technology initially developed in other parts of the world, the playing field has been leveled in recent years. For example, a Toyota subsidiary in the mid-1990s introduced in Japan special codes that are easily read by phones. The next generation of these codes is now in use throughout the United States and Europe. While consumers in South Korea have been able to watch TV on their cell phones for years, consumers in the West now have that capacity as well. It is available on any smartphone with a simple download, and sophisticated smartphones are expanding globally, with Apple's latest iPhone introduced in multiple countries. Brands and marketers are capitalizing on mobile's various forms around the world, ranging from location-based mobile web campaigns in the United Kingdom to mobile reverse auctions in Nigeria to mobile movie promotions in Hong Kong. This new wave of digital mobility is leading to what we call the untethered consumer. Untethered consumers are freed from the constraints of awaiting a broadcast message or any form of traditional online communication from a company. These post-PC consumers are on the move and are willing and able to use their always-on mobile technology to act and interact with each other and with providers of the products and services they seek out. They are in control, and marketers are being challenged to serve their needs and to interact with them in meaningful ways. Mobile is a game changer. M-commerce is not just about using the phone to pay for something. It is about revolutionizing the entire buying process, from product research all the way through transaction, based on location. With mobile, marketing can be hyper-local, that is, concerned with a specific targeted geographic area. The introduction of beacons, small Bluetooth low-energy transmitting devices, is helping marketers more precisely locate consumers who opt in for such services. Serving the specific needs of users when and where those needs arise is what M-commerce is all about. Mobile marketing involves much more than providing coupons and discounts. It's about committing to interactions with your customers when and where they choose, and defining the future of your brand in the mobile environment. The under-the-radar revolution. The state of the mobile industry today is similar to the position of the World Wide Web in 1995. The mobile industry is in a mode of rapid growth, and many in the industry view mobile as an explosive business revolution in the making. Hundreds of mobile startup companies are innovating, scrambling, creating, launching, refocusing, and selling to businesses, many quite successfully. Venture money is flowing throughout the marketplace, with investors looking for the next mobile version of Google or Facebook. A significant difference between the web of the mid-1990s and the current mobile environment is that the network infrastructure of businesses and customers is already in place, and everybody is on the web. Another notable difference is that everyone already has a phone, and most consumers are moving rapidly to smartphones. And the third, and perhaps most important difference, is that many of the leaders in the mobile industry have a digital interactive background, having gained experience from the evolution of web business models. Many of the people working in mobile helped drive in the age of the Internet, and they know what does and doesn't work. They're not experimenting with a digital interactive model. They know it. They have been there, done that, and now have the experience to do more right the first time. They understand the business models and revenue sources. Just as with the advent of web marketing, there has been a proliferation of mobile companies, many of them startups based in cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, London, Austin, Boston, and Montreal. More than 1,000 such mobile startups have been funded by venture capital firms in the last few years. In many of the offices, everyone is working heads down or on the phone. Mobile, of course. Some of these mobile companies are better known than others. We visited with many of them and talked to their leaders for both editions of this book, and we found several common characteristics. All see mobile as a revolutionary force in the marketing industry. They believe that mobile marketing is at a defining point. With some notable exceptions, mobile companies find it challenging to get businesses to pursue mobile marketing as significantly as they think the company should. They are perplexed that some companies don't see the scope of the opportunity. They're not watching competitors as much as they're working to build and fine-tune their own businesses. They are intent on creating platforms and new ways of reaching and interacting with mobile customers. Throughout this edition, we detail many of the companies taking advantage of emerging mobile markets, exploring what it is they do, and how businesses are deploying new mobile technologies. We also profile brands and other businesses that are moving forward with mobile marketing, looking at what they are doing and what they have discovered along the way. Our intent is to show you how much can be done by the mobile industry as well as what is being done by businesses of all types. Mobile marketing is surging in a very big way, and that old adage about a rising tide lifting all boats does not hold true for those that are anchored. Those boats sink. The question for businesses is whether they will raise their anchors or remain tethered during the mobile revolution. Mobile is unique. There are unique attributes of the smartphone that require marketers to look carefully at the best ways to interact with untethered consumers. Marketing to mobile users is different from marketing to television audiences or PC users in a number of ways. It's personal. The mobile phone is an individual's device. It is not shared like a computer or watched in a group like a television. It is in a person's hand or pocket or purse. It is close to her and goes everywhere she goes. After keys and wallet, people make sure they have their phone before leaving home. The communications from the device are personal, including text messages from family and friends, along with social networking connections. To interact through these personal devices, companies need to be invited in, leading to the potential for truly individualized marketing. Multifaceted communications capability. The smartphone is the ultimate communications device and uses almost all the senses in either input or output. A person can communicate by voice, by typing, or by tapping, and he can take, send, and receive pictures and videos as well as read, record voice, or scan. Time, location, and supply and demand. While supply and demand always have been determinable, never before could time and location be added to the mix. Mobile allows that. With location-based technology built into smartphones, marketers can determine precise customer location and, coupled with time, create highly targeted and relevant marketing messages based on that time and location in relation to their products and services. They can use previous location research to create new value to the customer. Location awareness alone changes everything. The standing up medium. Mobile removes all the content consumption constraints of previous media. Movies, TV, radio, and even web content are consumed mostly while stationary and while sitting. A person could watch a movie or TV while standing up, but it is not the best way to use the medium. Sound is somewhat different, as a person can listen to an MP3 player while on the go, but there is still the limited interaction of simply changing song or station. Mobile is a standing-up content consumption medium. You can, of course, use mobile while sitting down, but it is more likely you will use it while standing, and often while, well, mobile. While waiting for a bus or train, the untethered consumer can do a quick email check. He can read a communication from the office and send a reply while in line at the airport. Mobile is the ultimate digital communication medium while in transit. Business people often check email or text messages while in meetings or attending conferences. Students may check for messages between classes, or some under the desk during class. Untethered consumers constantly share information with each other wherever they are. Installed base. There has never been as large an installed base of technological products as there is for mobile phones. Market penetration is nearing 100% in many countries. In the United States, 9 out of 10 people have a phone, and that market is always live. The sheer number of people with mobile phones provides opportunity to reach substantial markets through the massive medium of mobile. Ramp-up speed. When the web began to grow, everyone had to start from scratch to get connected. There were no businesses or consumers online and connected to each other. Each one had to start from the beginning. With mobile, the network is already in place, as people and businesses are connected to the internet through computers and other devices. Mobile easily taps into that network, as well as the network of knowledge of the digital interactive business place. Self-service platforms. Many mobile companies build self-service platforms for businesses to use, setting them up this way because web infrastructure and technical capabilities were already in place. Many in the mobile industry have created self-service tools for marketers to use. You'll hear many examples of this throughout the book, allowing them to interact more quickly and efficiently with mobile customers, as well as track those interactions in great detail. Many mobile companies focus on enabling marketers to take advantage of mobile rather than doing mobile marketing for them. Call to action capability. The customer has the phone, it is on, and the mindset of the customer can be well determined based on factors including time and location. Because of these capabilities and the intimate nature of the device, companies can issue an on-the-spot call to action for the customer. This could range from a buy now offer prompted by a customer on location in the competitor's store to a discount offer for an additional product based on the item being ordered via mobile. These calls to action can be included in text or video messages, or via mobile website or branded applications. The mobile ecosystem. There is an entire ecosystem built around mobile that includes the cell phone carriers, device makers, a multitude of mobile platforms of all types and categories, and hundreds of thousands of smartphone applications. It is the breadth of this system that forms the underlying platform of mobile. More and more companies are plugging into this complex ecosystem. Customer-centric. In a world gone mobile, the customer is in the driver's seat. Everything starts with untethered consumers, since they start with their phone. Customers can base their starting action according to their current location, since their phone will tell these customers where they are in context of all around them, such as proximity to a particular store or product. The mobile market. 6 billion people in the world have cell phones. That's 84% of the entire population of the world, more than 10% higher than when we wrote the first edition of the third screen. The dramatic growth in the number of cell phones around the world can hardly be overstated. For context, there are roughly 1 billion personal computers and 2 billion televisions worldwide. During the past 5 years, the number of cell phones in use around the world has nearly tripled, and projections are for continued growth. In the United States, the percentages are even higher, with more than 326 million mobile connections, 102% of the total population. And while more and more people are latching on to cell phones, many are simultaneously dropping their landlines. Within a 5-year period, 38% of people in the United States went completely mobile by cutting their landlines. A decrease of 119 million fixed telephone lines, coupled with an increase of 71 million wireless subscribers. No matter how you look at it, the growth of mobile has been astounding. It is the most quickly adopted technology in history, surpassing even internet use every step of the way. Mobile adoption is being driven by technological advances, including higher connection speeds, more widely available internet access, and a flood of applications that provide almost any mobile feature imaginable. And this is not a U.S.-only phenomenon. Other countries have been leading the way in several areas, including mobile transactions, and growth everywhere is clear. 8 out of 10 mobile users in China text on their phones. In Japan, consumers swipe cell phones rather than credit cards for payment. And in South Korea, free mobile television has been around for more than 5 years. Broadcasters there say almost 30 million people watch TV regularly from their phones. Of all the people in the United States who now own mobile phones, over half of them own smartphones. This phenomenon is creating an increasing ability for everybody to connect with everybody else. Many smartphone owners are willing to view ads on mobile devices, leaving marketers who do not adapt at a sizable disadvantage. Untethered consumers with smartphones text more, use the internet more, play more games, use more applications, and listen to music and watch video more than those without smartphones. Mobile customers are doing a lot more than talking on their phones. They're checking the weather, sending and receiving photos, checking email, watching videos, sending and receiving text messages, researching and purchasing products, reading restaurant reviews, scanning barcodes in stores, downloading coupons, reading, playing games, checking into locations, finding directions, checking traffic, following sports, social networking, buying movie tickets, listening to the radio, paying for things, and more. And as more people do more with their phones, they tend to do less talking. Since 1996, the average length of local cell phone calls progressively decreased from a little more than 3 minutes to less than 2 minutes. These mobile activity indicators are barely the tip of the iceberg of mobile's impact on the marketing landscape. More than 33% of mobile users accessed bank accounts through mobile websites in 2013, while 51% of smartphone users have used a mobile banking app. And that's just one industry. Research we conducted at the Center for Media Research at Media Post Communications shows that, for the first time, more than half of media spending will be on non-traditional media, and a large percentage of media planners will be moving to mobile. But some of these planners lack an understanding of mobile marketing and worry about how to interact effectively with the untethered consumer. We also found that 41% of those not yet doing mobile campaigns did not plan to do so in the foreseeable future. While many of the large brands are experimenting with mobile, others are taking a wait-and-see approach. The untethered consumer. The move to a world gone mobile is not only about technology. It is about behavioral change. It is subtle and gradual, but undeniable. This transformation will be much like the one that Walmart, and later some supermarkets, accomplished when the company trained customers to take the bags of merchandise they had just purchased and place them in the carts themselves. There were no directions on how to do it, and many people don't even recall that employees used to load bags into the carts for them. The same is true for supermarket self-checkout and airline self-check-in. If we told people a decade ago they would be typing messages with their thumbs, they would not have believed it. Yet today, this is common not only with multitasking teens, but with busy business people using all types of smartphones. People are reading books on iPhones and tablets. Mobile marketers are further changing consumer behaviors by facilitating shopping and purchasing directly from mobile phones, often on location. Throughout this edition, we will show how these behavioral changes are taking hold, driven by new services and capabilities being deployed by mobile marketing companies. Technology without behavioral change would be relatively meaningless, and marketers and business people who don't understand the implications of the untethered consumer risk obsolescence. Marketers and advertisers need to reach out to untethered consumers and become part of the conversations as their potential customers communicate with each other through their social networks. It's been shown that consumers are more likely to take a friend's recommendation over a company's, so the potential for group movement to any given product or service is high. Marketing will have to adapt to interact with the untethered consumer. In this environment, the unique selling proposition, USP, becomes using smartphone technology, USPT. The mobile endgame. Several fundamental characteristics of the mobile landscape offer companies new opportunities to leverage. These characteristics provide marketers with different ways to interact with their customers, ranging from dealing with customers in certain locations at certain times to monitoring how their mobile customers are influencing each other. Brick and mortar advantage. The third screen will forever transform the concept of one-to-one marketing in terms of how a company talks to its customers. Mobile allows companies to communicate directly with the untethered consumer as he shops. This development provides great opportunity for traditional brick-and-mortar retailers, as customers in their stores access real-time information about their products on site. With consumers always accessible via their phones, retailers can capitalize by offering special deals on the spot. Brands of all sizes have been anxiously awaiting this development, which provides them with the opportunity to conduct what we call momentary marketing. Businesses have the ability to price match competitors via mobile offers, while they have the customer on the premises. Those who miss this opportunity will be severely disadvantaged by showroomers.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?